Hello everyone. Today our group will discuss about the impact of fluctuation in fuel prices on the cost structure of international logistics and strategies to effectively manage these changes. So, in the global logistics industry has been facing significantly challenges due to the volatility of the nature of fuel prices, which has a substantial impact on the cost structure of international transportation operation. According to this statistic, in October 2023, the global fuel energy prices index reached on 202.89 index point, a significant increase from the 100 point in the base year of 2016. This sharp of rise of the point in the fuel prices, which is a key concern for logistic provider worldwide. The fuel cost make out of a major of total logistic expenses, with the transportation cost potentially accounting for 30% to 50% operating cost expenses. And when these fuel prices rise, the cost per mile for freight increase, and this cost hike is typically passed down the supply chain. And in the maritime sector, the freight rates has remained low and relatively across various market segments, with interconnected issue of the energy security, climate change, and the environmental sustainability. The rising cost of fuel severely restrict the development of shipping industry, as the proportion of the fuel cost in the total shipping expenses has grown alongside in the increase in international crude oil prices. So Kai will take part to discuss the next part.
All right, thank you, Kaiying. So, fuel price volatility is a complex issue influenced by all the variety of factors, all of which have significant implication for the cost structure of international logistics. So, one of the main drivers is the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or PEC. So, it is an intergovernmental organization of 13 oil-producing nations that coordinates the petroleum policies and also aims to stabilize oil markets by regulating production level. So by adjusting the outputs, OPEC seeks to manage the oil prices and ensure fair returns for the producers while balancing the needs of consumers, thus influencing economic conditions and also the market stability worldwide. Next, natural disaster like hurricanes, all of them can disrupt the oil production and refining the processes by damaging key infrastructure, including offshore drilling rigs, refineries, and also pipelines. When these facilities are damaged, creating shortages in the markets often leads to higher fuel price as the demand remains constant or increases, while the reduced supply causes the price fluctuation. The temporary nature of this disruption can cause sharp short-term spikes in the oil prices until all the repairs are completed and also production is restored. And also basic principle of supply and demand. So when the global economy is booming, countries like China, India, they can see the increased energy demands, which push the price up. Conversely, when there is economic downturn, so the demand will decrease, price will drop. Supply constraints also come into play, whether it is due to technological challenges in oil extraction, depletion of reserve, or stricter environmental regulations that limits the production. The risk of alternative energy source like wind, solar also adds an interesting dynamic. While they reduce overall demand for oil, their availability can lead to reliance on fossil fuels, thus influencing the prices. Lastly, market speculation. It also plays a role where the traders in future markets, they make predictions about the future of price based on maybe expected events, trends, economic conditions. So all these speculative trades can cause the price swings that may not reflect the current actual supply and demand. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Kai. Next, we have our next guest, Akila.
Thank you very much. So now I'll be presenting about the impact of fuel price fluctuations towards the operating cost of international transport management firms. So firstly, the higher fuel prices directly raise the cost of operating vehicles such as trucks, trains, ships, maybe aeroplanes. So this leads to much higher fuel bills and it strains the company budgets and it will increase their operating costs. So firms would lack the money to handle their higher operating costs as usual, and these carriers would be forced to pass the additional costs on to shippers and also customers by introducing fuel charges, thus changing their costing structure. Secondly, higher fuel prices may encourage investment in fuel efficient technologies and alternative energy sources, resulting in an increased cost for international logistic firms from the aspect of research and development costs. Next, rising fuel price can also increase the commuting cost for employees, which will increase the labor cost towards the firm. So when the commuting costs increase, it will potentially lead to higher wage demand and additional benefits from the employees, thus increasing the labor cost towards the firm. So in the next slide, you can see the correlation between the increment of labor cost and also the increment of fuel price from the data taken from the European Union. So that's all for my part. Thank you very much.
All right. Yawen, do you have anything to add on?
Yes, besides the impact mentioned by Akila, the fluctuate fuel price also affect the administrative and compliance costs. Higher fuel prices can lead to increased administrative and compliance costs. For instance, like the logistic companies may need to implement and monitor the fuel surcharges, manage more complex billing system, and ensure the compliance with the various fuel-related regulations. And this can require additional administrative resources and investment in technology or the software system. Not only that, a higher fuel price also increased the cost for the port operation. This is because the port utilizes the energy for various operations, including the cargo handling, terminal operations, and also the administrative function. As the fuel prices rise, the cost of energy sources such as the diesel and electricity also increases, and this impacts the overall operational cost of the ports, including the expenses related to cranes, cargo handling equipment, and other machineries that relies on the fuel or electricity. Moreover, the insurance cost will also affected due to the fluctuate fuel price. The insurers may continuously assess and price risk based on various factors, including the fuel prices. Significant fluctuation in fuel prices can lead to adjustment in the risk models and the pricing structures. The insurers might re-evaluate their risk exposures and adjust their premiums or coverage terms to reflect the changes in the risk landscape due to the rising and or the falling fuel prices.
Okay, thank you, Jawan. Akila, could you now explore how this cost fluctuation impact the customer?
Thank you, Ms. Ling. As you mentioned, my second point is how the fuel fluctuations affect the consumer. So, as I mentioned before, logistic companies often add fuel surcharges to freight bills to offset their fluctuating fuel prices. So, these surcharges, based on the current fuel costs, are adjusted periodically. However, they introduce variability into pricing structures, which complicate budgeting and financial planning for both customers and also the businesses. Furthermore, rising transportation costs can lead to inflation, raising retail prices, and also reducing demand and growth in the economy. How this happens is that when fuel prices increase transportation and logistic costs, it is passed down to the consumers due to the supply chain hierarchy. This effect can make everyday goods more expensive from the perspective of consumer, especially for heavy, bulky, or long distance shipping products. That's all for my sharing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akila. It is a clear explanation. So, Jawan, can you continue by discussing how this fluctuation affecting inventory and warehousing costs?
Yeah, of course. The fluctuation in the fuel price also increased the inventory and warehousing costs, especially for the inbound and outbound logistics. The cost of transporting the goods into the warehouse rises with the fuel prices, increasing the overall warehousing cost. While for the outbound logistics, similarly, the cost to distribute the goods from the warehouse to retail locations or customer increase. It can be explained through the energy cost in the warehousing. Rising fuel prices significantly impact the energy-intensive warehouse processes, such as the heating, cooling, and lighting. These costs increase, leading to higher warehousing expenses. For instance, the warehouses relying on the diesel power equipment may face a higher operational cost. Besides that, the forklift and the equipment operation will also be affected. The warehouses frequently use the fuel power forklifts and other equipment for the material handling and the internal logistics. As the fuel costs rise, the operational expenses associated with the running these equipment also increase. This not only affect the day-to-day functioning of the warehouses, but also adds to the overall cost of the logistic operation. The other point is that the fluctuating fuel prices can affect the inventory holding costs. The company might alter their inventory strategies, keeping more the stock to hedge the against the future price increase or falling inventory to cut the cost. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, let's shift our focus to solution. Mark, could you share some strategy that logistic firm can implement to effectively manage this chain of the fuel cost?
Sure, Ms. Ling. So here are some effective solutions for managing rises of fuel costs. So to tackle fluctuating fuel prices, logistics companies should build strong relationships with fuel suppliers, which can make them a game changer. When logistics companies have good relationships with their suppliers, they might gain some access to more favorable terms like bulk purchasing discounts or extended payment terms. These relationships can also provide companies with advanced warnings about price changes, allowing them to adjust their strategies proactively rather than just reactively. So this kind of insider knowledge can be invaluable in the market because prices can change rapidly. So by maintaining close communication and strong partnership with suppliers, logistics companies also can better navigate the complexities of fuel price fluctuations and also maintain a competitive edge. Besides, hedging strategies also offer a way to manage this uncertainty. Hedging involves using financial tools such as oil futures contracts to lock in the fuel prices at the predetermined level. So this approach helps protect companies from sudden price spikes by ensuring that they pay a fixed price for fuel regardless of market fluctuations. If the fuel prices rise above the locked-in rate, the financial gains from the future contracts can offset the increased operational costs. This strategy provides a level of financial stability which allow companies to plan and budget more effectively in an unpredictable market. So next, improving operational efficiency is also another powerful strategy to counteract these rising fuel costs, which have three ways. The first, companies are increasingly turning into intermodal transport, which combines multiple modes of transportation such as rail, trucks, and sea to optimize the fuel usage. For example, rail is typically more fuel efficient for long hauls compared to road transport, which making it a smart choice for reducing overall fuel consumption. Next, in maritime shipping, the practice of slow steaming, which operating ships at lower speeds, helps to significantly reduce fuel consumption and also the emissions. While this method may increase transit times, the fuel savings and environmental benefits often outweigh the slower delivery. Well, lastly, logistics providers are also investing in more fuel-efficient vehicles and leveraging technologies like real-time fuel consumption monitoring systems. These tools let companies to track and optimize fuel use in real time, leading to reduced fuel costs and lower emissions. Furthermore, it also promotes eco-friendly driving practices among drivers, which can further enhance fuel efficiency and contribute to overall cost savings. That's all for my sharings.
So in conclusion, the fluctuation of fuel prices greatly affect the cost structure of international logistics, from increasing transportation costs to raising customer prices, cutting down into business profit, transportation, affecting warehousing, inventory management, and administrative tasks. However, company can better handle these fuel price changes by building strong supplier relationship, using hedging strategies, boosting operational efficiency, and investing in technology. Although we can predict the future fuel prices, the logistic industry must continue to find innovative solution. And thank you all the guests for today participant, and see you when I see you. Bye.